So Fatman, Ryan, Heavy G, Deets. Yeah, I guess it's another solo cast on the wrestling show. Welcome everyone, this is Sleazy, and welcome everyone to another wonderful episode. Today we've got basically nobody here. Fatman's off for the next couple of weeks leading up into WrestleMania season. Ryan will be here a little bit later, I believe. It depends on how quickly we actually get through the show. And unfortunately, Dietz and Heavy G couldn't join us tonight. So you guys are stuck with me solo for a while. So one of the main things that we're going to be talking about today is AEW Dynasty. This was the show that happened just this Sunday. It happened in Philadelphia, and we were actually lucky to get tickets to it. One of those last minute type things. We weren't exactly planning on it, and then last minute we were like, "Hey, $40 all in per ticket. Let's do it." Obviously, I went with my lovely wife Michelle, who came with me and decided to suffer through a good portion of this show. We ended up getting there a little bit late, and we ended up leaving just after about halfway through the Garcia Adam Cole match. So I do have a lot of live notes here and there, but we'll get right into it. So one of the main things about the Liacouras Center let's start with the actual venue itself. We've been to multiple venues, both Fatman and I, in Philadelphia, the Wells Fargo Center, 2300 Arena, obviously. This is the first time I actually been to Liacouras Center. It's the venue up in the north side of Philly that's associated with Temple University. Seats about, this is where I wish Fatman was here, but seats about 10,000 people, give or take. In there, it was probably about, I want to say 3/4 full. It wasn't that bad, considering. I think mainly the reason for that was that the ticket prices were so much lower. Like I said, we weren't originally going to go to this, and when there were still decent seats for $25, $35, $45, and even all in with ridiculous Ticketmaster pricing, it was kind of, even more of a deal than it usually is. So this is why we basically went. The aura inside the arena was actually pretty good. There was a lot of positive crowd. Some of the biggest pops of the night were just some of the weird ones too. Having Anthony Bowen show up as Max Caster's mystery opponent was a big one, as well as later on when Cope was turned on by FTR. Those were some of the biggest pops of the night, at least, while I was there. But let's get right into the card. I'm also going to pull up ratings from a friend of the show, John Canton, from the John Report on TJRWrestling.com. He ended up doing the review along with everyone else. So let's get started. Obviously, I watched the pre-show. The main thing was Anthony Bowen's Max Caster. I did not see the 6-man, unfortunately. And then we get right into the beginning of the show. The Owen Hart Foundation Tournament quarterfinals, Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight. This went 13 minutes, 50 seconds. John Canton gave it 4.25 stars. This was a great way to open the show. Apparently, oh my good, thank goodness. Welcome. So Canadian Fatman.
Oh shit! I don't want to be bitter. I like most of the show.
Okay, well, I was
Clearly Canadian Fatman. So I like the show. Sorry, eh?
Sorry, eh? Actually, to be fair, I got most of my bullshit out of the way, so perfect timing. You couldn't have been here any quicker. We're just talking about Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight.
You mean the best opening to a New Japan pay-per-view I've seen in a while?
Right?
Like, so I had more of a in question doubt when they announced it was supposed to be Ospreay, Jay White, and who's going to win this match when they announced it was Kevin Knight. Personally, to me, like, I was like, oh, they're fighting, are they? Well, Ospreay's going to the second round. Like, that's not the hard decision in my brain here for that, right?
Yeah. Like, I think he was going over no matter what, because I feel like that they're positioning him to win this title anyway. Kind of an odd title, to be fair, because it's like, oh yeah, here's the title.
But they're not. See, I'm trying to think how many pay-per-views in between. Is just Double or Nothing? Because it was just Double or Nothing and then All In.
Yeah.
It could be something that way, but if it's more than just Double or Nothing, like if there's something in between. The worst is we should really talk about the show backwards. Because like everything that kind of affects the main event scene in the show, the main event, like you're like going forward on other pay-per-views is kind of affected by the main event because Ospreay winning sounds cool, but Swerve was supposed to win the world title, which means Hangman was supposed to win the Owen Hart. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, just how I'm looking at that, right? If it makes any sense,
it's kind of. You're absolutely right. It's kind of an odd. It's an odd pay-per-view based on how they ended up finishing all of it. Now, obviously, I already referenced this on the air, but I didn't see the last three matches live. I left like about halfway through the Garcia Cole.
Right, you were there live.
Yes, I was there live. For most of it. Yeah. That's what happens when you have a wife that came with you that said, I'm done, and when she's done, we're done. So, and to be fair, we'll talk about this after the show itself, but god damn, it was long.
Okay, so like realistically though, to me, great little opener.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's how you're building your main event guy. You put him up in the opener, pump the crowd up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I didn't do ratings for the ones I watched live because I didn't watch them back. If I were throwing something out there, probably like 3.5, 4 stars, somewhere in that range.
Great opener.
It was a great opener. Yeah.
Great opener range. Generics. Yeah. We'll do generic scores for you and the live ones.
I don't like rating them when I've only seen them live because obviously the feeling of the match, the moment that you're in there can seriously affect the rating from a quality standpoint. And if you're not like ringside, you could be missing stuff that you wouldn't normally
see.
Nuances.
Yeah. So let's say, Brett, there's little nuances live that we don't get watching on TV.
That's also true. Yeah. Which also affects the rating. So it's like, there's almost no point in doing it when you're doing it live like that, unless you are literally green shirt guy and watching every single fucking show. You know what I mean? Or what was it? Vladimir.
Oh yeah.
So AEW World Tag Team Championship, the Hurt Syndicate versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. Went 10 minutes 24 seconds. John Canton gave it 2 3/4 stars.
Mike Sanders.
Yeah, the Mike Sanders.
For the dead match spot, there was nothing wrong with this match. And it's not that it was fine. I mean, your champions look strong. Your opposing team had one guy who's fucking a giant himself, former tag team champion who looked really good. You got Brian Keith that and not to sound shitty, but unless you're an AEW fan, you don't know who the fuck Brian Keith is. But he had a nice little showing in this match, standing up against these guys. Winner wasn't in doubt, but it was a good little tag match.
big Bill there, who's 84 inches tall, and you can't tutor that.
Wow.
My only problem with this match, and it's kind of a weird problem because
of course it is.
It's a weird problem. You've got the Hurt Syndicate that's basically this roughshod heel team, basically, that's being treated like a face. Okay. And then you've got Keith and Bill, who are like this close from breaking away from Jericho, right? They're going to split them, right?
I don't know if they all lost.
I think they're. I think they are because I think they could get a huge pop out of it, especially after, spoiler, Jericho lost the Ring of Honor title. I think it's a perfect time to break them apart and have them feud with each other. But they were heels that were also kind of booked like faces here. So it's this weird kind of
AEW dynamic.
Even more so than normal, though. You know what I mean? Like you got that kind of with like the best parallel I would see is Hangman and Swerve. You know what I mean? You were on Swerve's side or you were on Hangman's side, but they weren't heels or faces. You know what I mean?
No, they were both dickheads.
Yeah, right. But they were, whatever. And then you had MJF get in here, who probably got the biggest pop out of the four of them. Or at least from the live perspective. He got a huge fucking pop when he showed up. Personally, I thought it was a good match. I think they did a great job of giving Keith a lot of like babyface apparel style beatdown. It was really well done. The hot tag was pretty interesting. It wasn't like a normal hot tag, but all fine little tag match for the dead spot.
It was. It absolutely was, yeah.
Third match, Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament quarterfinals. Mercedes Moné versus, spoiler, the person who should have won because her name is fucking Julia Hart. Julia Hart. I'm sorry. 3 1/4 stars from John Gatton.
15 minutes, 25 seconds. Sleazy the women's wrestling.
Wait. 12 minutes, 40 seconds is what I got here.
Oh, I got different times on Wikipedia. It's 13 minutes on Wikipedia. But again, okay. Sleazy the women's wrestling.
Wasn't a great match. Moné fucked up a few spots already.
To me, we're 3 matches in that the winner was never in question.
No, it wasn't.
But this was the first time I just got something against Sasha these days. I don't know what it is. Like, her being in this tournament is annoying to me because I think she's going to win it. And that bugs me even more.
Because she doesn't need to. She simply doesn't need to.
Well, I got the roster up here now for the rest of the people in this. Harley Cameron and Athena.
Yeah.
Athena is winning that, right? Like, stupid to me. So that puts Mercedes Moné and Athena in a semifinal match. Not even the finals. Not even the finals.
Kind of odd.
Opposite side of the brackets. Jamie Hayter and Billy Starks. Thunder Rosa and Chris Statlander.
So the finals is Thunder and Mercedes. It's got to be Mercedes Thunder. And Thunder's going to go over.
To face, and therein lies the other thing about the match we'll talk about later. To face either Toni Storm or Megan Bayne. Because let's say they're going to have a rematch come Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Where your storyline goes there.
Don't know. The match itself was
fine.
It was fine. Well, here's my biggest thing about this, and this was actually a conversation that actually happened at the venue, is that, and we've kind of talked about this before, is that Mercedes grew up in WWE, really, Yeah, she had a couple of spots here and there, but her style is WWE style. When you take that and you take that formula and you bring it out to AEW, where the vast majority of the people that were working were not from WWE. They're from the Indies. They're from AEW. They're from TNA. They're from, Ring of Honor. And they were brought up differently. That style is hard to kind of grasp. It's a lot more think on your feet style. And if you're not good at that, then a lot of these matches go right in the toilet. And that's unfortunate because, and don't tell Fatman I said this, Mercedes is a good wrestler. She can go, but these matches don't do her any good, but I don't know.
I didn't hate it either. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. AEW Trios Tag Team Champions. Okay, I hate to break this to everyone here. I forgot the AEW Trios Tag titles existed. I thought it was the Ring of Honor tag titles that were being defended here. That says way too much about them.
Do you not remember that they split?
No.
Very good. Okay.
No, I don't remember any of that. Anywho, it's the Death Riders. Swiss, Pac, Wheeler versus Rated FTR. This went 14:42. What do you got?
14:45.
Okay, so 3 seconds later, somebody counted the pinfall. 3.5 stars from John. How did you like this? The match itself, I'll say first.
As always with me, I don't remember much of the match because I remember everything about after the match.
Yeah.
In the beginning of this match, and some way through it, to me, this wasn't a given winner anymore. This is the first match that I could kind of debate. Well, either side could win. It wasn't really there could have been an eternal debate in me about this. So I was like, okay.
Right.
And then the finish happened, and I was like, that's shit. And then my wrestling brain went, as soon as the slow shit, one of them's turning. I didn't expect the second turn. Because as it was going down, I was like, oh, they broke up FTR. Well, that's shit. And then at the thing, I was like, oh, they didn't break up FTR. That's cool. Okay. I'm in again.
I'm out. I'm in. I'm in. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm in.
Again, that's just me because I'm FTR and tag team mark.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the funny part is, I thought the actual match was really, really, really well done. I thought they did a great job. The shining person out of all of them without a question was Swiss. Claudio able to get people to stop cheering for him by immediately tagging Yuta as soon as it happens. Shit like that that's pro wrestling on a level that most people don't get, as a worker. It's you don't want the pop. You don't want that as a heel. You want to get booed. Who is the best way to get booed? The person who is Philadelphia native, Wheeler Yuta, ready to go, and they're all ready to boo the fuck out of him. So it's I was trying to think about this, and I believe now I'm the only question I have is I believe Pac was in a King of Trios, but I believe all three of the Death Riders here were in Chikara at one point. The only one I'm questioning is Pac, because I think he came over, but I'm not sure he came over. Swiss was obviously always in Chikara. That was his main promotion. Wheeler actually was in there for a little while under a mask.
Which fucking ant was he?
He was not. He was. yeah, right. But he worked the Young Lions tournament under a mask.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, something of that nature.
Silverhawk, Wildcat.
Silverhawk. That's it. But yeah, the only question is whether or not Pac was in it or not.
Dark Side Habushi. What the fuck? That was on Pac's alternate ring names.
Wow. Was the man in Chikara?
Independent Circuit, 07 of 2012. Highly likely. Haha! On April 21st, debuted in Chikara at their show, Rey de Valderas in a four-way elimination match against Chuck Taylor, Ricochet, and Rental Dragon, which was won by Taylor. In August, he returned to Chikara for the International Invaders weekend. He defeated Ricochet on the first night, and he was defeated by Claudio the second night.
Fucking Swiss. Always trying to get over. So, yeah, so everybody in there was in Chikara. That's pretty cool.
For us.
Yeah. The only two people here, which
for
tonight matter.
So the sleazy horseman ride. I love it. Oh, you froze on me. Oh, no.
What happened?
Oh, you froze. You were just like... You were just stuck on my screen for a second like that. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, no, and if every little fan, Mark, has the same opinion as me, I'm getting the one last run of Edge and Christian. Fucking sexy. Let's go.
Me too. We got a fucking Hardy Boys reunion. Why not?
We are so close to our one final for TLC forever.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, fucking...
But it has happened to WWE. I don't care. It has happened to WWE.
Of course. Of the places it's going to happen there. Well, here's the thing about that. Devon Dudley can barely walk. I mean...
Yeah, that's why it's TLC forever. He don't have to take a ladder bump. He can do random shit.
Punch, kick, no bumps.
Fall here. Uh-oh.
Yeah. No falling for him. Let's talk about the post-match because everyone is,
Yes, sir. Vicious Concertos, FTR being classic pieces of shit.
I mean, yes. Not just that, but also the whole post. They do the second concerto and then they go out and fuck with the EMTs. That was probably my favorite part about it.
That's how you get heel shit over.
Oh, it was so good. It was so fucking good. Because you have fucking what's his face there? Cash.
His face.
Yeah. I was going to say FTR bald, but it's not FTR bald. FTR hair. So you have FTR hair, and the first going, no, we're not going to do it. We're not that type of people. And then Shatter.
Yeah, absolutely. We are. Big rig.
Big rig. Fuck you. Win.
Yeah, it's big rig in AEW. Get it right.
Whatever. Flapjack lung blower. No,
Ooh.
Flapjack code breaker. So
yeah, lung blower for too high.
Yeah. Well, it's also backwards too. Isn't lung blower backwards?
Yeah.
Back down.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh yeah. Learning shit.
I almost remembered shit. Obviously, Edge is out forever. When does he come back? December?
No. Realistically, all in
Texas. I hope not. I'll be honest.
Well, hold on now. List of pay-per-views. Forbidden Doors, August.
Maybe All Out in September. Because that gives him a good 6 months of just sitting out for a while. Excalibur called FTR assholes? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
So obviously I didn't hear the...
They're a little loosey-goosey on the commentary over in this promotion.
I guess so, dude. Oh, shit, man. Yeah. It's a PG show, don't you, Leah?
Even if it wasn't on pay-per-view, you can get away with whatever you want on pay-per-view.
That's true. Especially considering Tony Storm did a limerick in the post-show, I believe.
There once a man from Nantucket.
Whose
dick was so long, Sleazy sucked it.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's what he said when he fucked it.
If my ear was a vagina, I'd fuck it. There we go. I almost remembered it. I didn't remember any of it. Speaking of which, Timeless Totally Storm with Luthor versus Megan Bain with Penelope Ford. Went 15 minutes, 25 seconds. John Cannon gave it 3.5 stars. I think this was good. I think
Doc finish. I feel like this could have been the time you could have put Megan over here quickly for Toni Storm to have a quick reign after the magic she has just done. New person, big, strong, la la la. But now we go into since you did that, why couldn't you put Megan Bain and Owen Hart Cup, which we bring back up again?
Yeah, I don't think this was the right time to put her against Megan Bain. I think here this sounds stupid because you can't they were working the Rocky angle, right?
Yeah, the intro and everything. Yeah, you like that? How was that live?
It didn't come across as well live as it should have, honestly.
No,
it didn't. You got the promo package, and then nobody really popped for anything, which was kind of odd.
But she was so underused in WWE, and she's doing her best work in AEW. When the live crowd is not popping.
I think the problem was that they didn't. It was too far off of what it should have been, in my opinion. Like they didn't lean into it enough to make it matter.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, are you going to go all in? Are you going to go like? Where's the hit me now? You know, or
I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell. You know,
yeah, fair enough.
None of that. So I don't think they leaned into it well enough to really get enough of a pop off of it. But the other thing is that it didn't make sense to the story in that sense because Rocky's about being the young upstart challenger and she's the champion. You know
Rocky's
what I mean?
About being the underdog. Underdog can still be, even if he was a champion, he always lasted and had the underdog and back up to be the champion.
Yeah, and he also didn't win that many times either, which is another kind of interesting part about this. Is that he? What was he like 3 and 4?
I'm going to Google. I want to see if you know his Balboa boxing record.
Okay, let's see if I can. I should know this, but I probably don't. So he lost in Rocky.
Have you watched Rocky movies? I'll preface it with this.
I've watched 5 out of 6 of the originals.
Yeah, well, you got to count in the Creed ones too because there is sway in it. But they speak his record. His record is known. Like people can see it in the movies. So for you to just count regular fights, you're not going to come anywhere close. Because his records are here's a detailed breakdown of his boxing record as presented in the movies.
Okay.
He has a total of 81 fights in his career.
I'm only talking about the fights that are shown in the movies.
Oh, in the movies.
And so he loses in the first one. He wins against Creed in the second one.
Loses and wins in the third one.
Yep, loses and wins in the third one.
Wins in the fourth one.
Against Drago. Fifth, he doesn't.
The fifth one doesn't exist. Shut up. Tommy Gunn, fuck off. That movie's an abomination to Rocky.
And then Rocky Balboa, he loses again.
Yes.
Due to him saying, yeah, I did it. He had the I could survive, so fuck off.
Yeah, when he has that that exhibition boxing match with Buddy, they show his record being 57 wins, 23 losses, and 1 draw. The draw being the one against Creed.
Oh, Creed, yeah.
In the first one, yeah. Because Creed didn't beat him in the first one. Right?
Oh, yeah, because it was an exhibition and they went to time. Yeah.
Like Rocky 1 and 2 could have been one movie. Like most of Rocky 1 you don't need.
The thing is, nobody thought there was going to be a Rocky 2. You know what I mean? I don't even think Stallone thought there was going to be a Rocky 2. Like,
so that's why Toni Storm didn't think she was going to need a second. Like, this would have been good had Megan Bain beat her already, and she was trying to come back for the fight. Fair enough.
And that's where I was going with all this.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I know we went completely off side, but I think it mattered to the story. But yeah, the match itself was great. I thought it was great. Having Megan kick out Storm Zero at 1, fuck you guys. Like
it's nice that it can still mean something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that the kick out at 1, it does happen a lot in our sport, but there's times that it matters. Omega kicks out at 1. I don't bat an eyelash no more. Late in the match, Omega kicks out at 1. That's Omega. Not a bad thing, not a knock. It's not as shocking to me. Oh, okay.
Because he's done it a bunch of times.
There is super insert wrestler hair moment.
Right.
Megan Bain doing it because it don't really happen so much with the women. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah. And then have Tony beat her not with another Storm Zero and try to put her down.
Baby. Small package.
God damn it, yeah. I don't know, man. I really liked it. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah.
Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Quarterfinals. The Proto Star Kyle Fletcher with Don Callis versus Mr. Mark Briscoe.
Their 4th singles meeting. Mark Briscoe 2-1 against Kyle Fletcher.
That's interesting. Went 16-15.
Right kid died.
John gave it 3.5 stars. Absolutely 100% right kid died. Mark does a great job of, once again, taking the heat for forever, getting those hope spots in, but there was nobody that was going to win other than Kyle here. There's no way Mark Briscoe was winning this fucking match. I still love the fact that even still
12 years later it's a bit.
Well, yeah, also that true. But also that he still uses Briscoe's Tron music, everything. It's like, yeah, he's out there by himself, but he's not really.
He's not.
And I hate to say this, but it does make me feel verklempt a little bit, you know? It just, every time he comes out, even, you know, for a match like this where you know he's not going to go over it, it's a I don't want to say it's a throwaway tournament.
Incorrect, because I thought Kyle Fletcher was beating him in the Continental Classic.
Fair. That's fair. I
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're right.
This one was more so Kyle Fletcher's probably going to win. Not Kyle Fletcher's definitely going to win.
And then you touch on more likely.
And you touch on the Owen Hart. The winner that Kyle Fletcher faces is either Hangman or a random wild card. No rumors. I read dirt sheets every day because I just like reading shit. And no rumors on who the wild card is even generally popped out that I've seen.
That's interesting. Because part of it was like, isn't Speedball? Isn't it going to be Speedball? It should be Speedball. Why isn't it Speedball? And then it wasn't Speedball.
Until it was for something different.
Yeah, right? Match was great. I loved it and felt warm and fuzzy when it happened. Speaking of things that weren't warm and fuzzy when it happened, Ring of Honor World Championship title.
Bullshit. I'll give it to Turner versus Max for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Bandito defends his mask against Chris Jericho in the world title. 18 minutes, 15 seconds. This match was fucking cooking until that stupid bat spot.
Yeah.
This was one of Jericho's better matches lately, and it really was. It was on fire. It was going good. And then that bat spot happened, and then they AEROHW'd all over themselves.
Terribly, too. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You couldn't have fucking Jericho just go over?
No, I didn't want Jericho to win this. That would have made it even worse. I was so mad, and not heel one mad, like turn pay-per-view off mad. And then I was like, and then they started with the fans, and then that fucking horse face misses came out. Fuck's sakes. I hate her too.
I don't understand it. I don't understand why they thought that was a smart way of doing the finish here. I really don't understand it.
Jericho got a Hogan, got to look strong.
Sometimes you just get a little Hogan up your ass, and
But like that's what it is.
I mean, you're not wrong. I like the fact that you have this whole like. I think here's my other problem with this, and forgive me if this is an asshole comment, okay? But we need to bring a little asshole here because Fatman's not here. Why do we give such a shit that Bandito won here? The Ring of Honor World Championship. The man won it and held it for 2 goddamn years.
I have an answer because you don't watch the product. Because what happened to Gravity, which is his brother?
Don't care.
You don't care. But you asked, you got an answer. Whether you like the answer or not, that is the answer, sir.
I appreciate that. I respect that.
You say he held it for 2 years? Bandito held it for 152 days.
It felt like 2 years. It was during
Dickhead held it for 2 years.
Oh, wrong asshole. Excuse me.
Yeah, right. Like you racist Mexican fuck.
Yeah.
I got Rush headed for 77 days after he took it from the Golden Boy, Matt Taven.
Yep.
And Matt Taven murdered Ring of Honor. PCO won it for 2.5 months.
Yep.
Rush won it back February 29th. February 29th, Rush won it back, 2020. And then COVID decided to make sure he was a 500-day fucking champion.
Yeah.
Bandito had it, vacated it, and tested positive for COVID.
That's right.
Yeah.
Still don't care. So he held it for a half a year like it was his first title. I guess my point was that it wasn't his first major title win, but it made it seem like it was like his first title win.
Well, it was major because of what he did to his brother and blah, blah, blah. I know you don't like it, blah, blah, blah.
It's fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I had a problem with the finish. I just had a problem with the fact that I just didn't like the fact that, you know, they made a big deal out of it, something that I didn't think they would have as much of a video about. Whatever. It's fine.
It's fine.
Speaking of
okay, Mike,
good stuff.
No time limit match. So 15 minutes is a time limit. The match went 15 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Adam Cole needed 35 more seconds to defeat Daniel Garcia to win the, I was about to say Ring of Honor TV title and AEW TNT title.
You know what's funny about that is basically that's correct, because if he had 30 seconds on the last match he had with him, he would have won. So that makes perfect sense. Unlike the previous match where random, restarts happened, this made complete and utter sense. The match was good. I did go back and watch this one. Once again, I'm going to say
left here, didn't you?
Yeah, I left halfway through it. So I went back and watched this match and the rest of the show on after the fact. So I went back and started with this match, and goddamn, man. God damn.
They went.
I will say this. I don't know. There's first of all, 3 1/4 stars from John Canton.
The deets.
I think somebody, John here, says it in his write-up that the fans were barely reacting to it as Cole hit the boom running knee. I disagree. I thought that the crowd was hot as I was leaving. Like, they were reacting pretty heavily towards both of them. So on TV, I guess it didn't come across as well.
Maybe not,
because it didn't sound as good once I went back and watched this. I probably should go back and watch the spot with MJF to see how loud it was on TV, because that would give me a better frame of reference. But
you remember it being loud?
It was loud. That was loud, and Anthony Bowens was loud.
Anthony Bowens' pop, even on YouTube, was loud, dude.
Okay.
His pop was loud.
Because I don't think people expected it.
Kogo Pride Ranger.
Right? Hey!
That's the gimmick.
Sometimes you just gotta fucking... That's how you get over it.
It's going to get over.
But yeah, this was great to have Cole finally win his first title. 17 years in the making, so to speak. I thought that Daniel Garcia did a great job of holding the title up to this point. But I will say that towards the end of his reign, it was kind of like, what other stories can you tell with it?
Fair.
So I'm okay getting it off of him so he can go on and do different things. I would love to see him work Omega and Okada and whatever's going on in that realm too. Which, spoiler, we'll talk about that really soon.
Yeah, surely.
What are your thoughts on the match?
This should not have been Adam Cole's first singles title. It should have been the world title in the MJF feud. Sucks that injuries happened. Joe got it. How everything else kind of went and snowballed with Swerve and Hangman. It's funny how you look at one little ripple in the effect of things. Unless the bars are going to go snag a set of tag belts, it doesn't really matter. You got two to play with, and you got two trios to play with. They need to be the dominant faction. But you kind of can't do that with the Death Riders with a death hold and choke on the storylines. I like the match. I always liked Adam Cole. I just think Adam Cole's not in the right place anymore. He was for a little bit, but he's not.
Do you know why? Okay, fair. I guess
not a knock at all. It's just he left WWE because of what was there.
Right.
Like, but now the NXT that he knows and nurtured him and grew him is now what WWE is.
Do you think Adam Cole, had he stayed, would be a current Intercontinental or US champ right now?
No, he had to go while Vince was still there.
Okay, fair.
He had to leave. Some wrestlers were lucky enough that when they got called up and the stink from Vince, Karrion Kross. I think Karrion Kross is doing some of his best work. Mm-hmm. And he's barely wrestling, but he's on TV every week. So, like,
I think him and Scarlett make some very intriguing TV in general.
I know, but heels with a woman manager.
Right. Whoever thought of that, you know?
Wow, a throwback.
Right? But I mean, just in general, the two of them play off each other well anyway. Obviously, they're married and they're wonderful, wonderful in person as well.
They're going to be able to play out, yeah.
Yeah.
Married means they play with each other well better.
Right. And yeah, it just everything that they do, it works, in my opinion. So triple threat. AEW International Championship. Ricochet versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Mike Ball Speed Bailey.
Mike Ball Speed Bailey. Get his fucking name right.
I can't get it right.
You tell Veda. That's his name. Mike Ball Speed Bailey.
Mike Ball Speed Bailey. I'll get on that. Versus the champion, Kenny.
By God.
Omega.
With this shitty music, go back to your old stuff.
Right? I hate it. I
don't like much Kenny Omega, but his old music was deadly.
Right? I love that. Now it's just like, just.
I don't have a reason not to call this a 5-star match. This match was fucking great.
I have an
absolute... Yo. Bet you Heavy G's on
fucking... Welcome. Here's my problem. I now have an official vendetta against AEW because their shows were so long I couldn't fucking watch this match because I had to leave.
Oh, you have a legitimate gripe.
Yes. It wasn't actually a legitimate great. God damn it. I would have loved to see this live.
Oh, dude.
But that being said, I'm not sure I would have been able to appreciate it live because once again, one of the main reasons why this match is so good is the nuance. Now, obviously.
And this is where I don't understand you. You still got that nuance watching it on the screen for stuff you can't see clearly. Because what we see on TV is what you see on screen. Like, you know what I mean? You have the nuance.
It's not live. Like, yeah, they have the screens and stuff up there, but I'm usually watching in the ring and trying to go back and forth between the ring and the screen when I'm live. So I miss a lot of things. Like I'm not always paying attention to what's actually happening in the ring, especially if there's like a multi-man match. I'm sitting there watching fucking Claudio jerk off to the fans or something, or I when they're trying to do a spot outside, or I'm like in this case, almost certainly. Obviously, you had times where Ricky and Mike Ball were fighting, and Omega was off to the side. I was just watching. I'd be watching Kenny fuck off or something. Claudio did the same thing all the time, where he was just like sitting there jaw jacking while the match was going on because he could, because the camera wasn't on him. But that's the kind of stuff where it's like I'm not 100% sure I could appreciate it live until I went back and watched it anyway. Yeah, absolutely, it was a 5-star match, without question. 31 minutes and 4 seconds. I don't like triple threat matches. But once again, I
love this one.
Yeah, this was fucking phenomenal.
It was nonstop. And honestly, outside of the knowing what comes after, because I spoke about this on the show weeks ago about how the rumor talk was they were combining those two belts. Mm-hmm. Again, in my brain, if this is for the Continental Championship, Ricochet wins here. Ricochet is the Continental Champion right now is perfect. Mm-hmm. The perfect old TV title. Eke out those wins, never really loses. Can't beat me.
Yeah. The honky tonk man all over again. Well,
better.
The nice part is you have the international champion facing the continental champion.
I hope they call it the International Continental Championship.
I just want to call it Intercontinental Championship.
Oh my God.
And just have everyone lose their fucking minds over it. Not that it's a bad name or anything, but do you know how much of a like groundswell of AEW marks coming out of their mother's basement, just going, oh, they stole the Intercontinental title name from them. First of all, those motherfuckers stole the international title from Excite. Fuck off. Because guess who was a former international champion? MJF. Guess who else was a former international champion? Ethan Page. Fuck both of them. No, obviously that's not true. Well, it's true that they won, but it's not true that. Point being is that I can't wait for everything. Welcome.
He's probably just next door.
Yeah, he probably is. But yeah, the whatever. This is great. I can't wait to see Omega Okada.
And had the pay-per-view ended here,
it would have been great. Would have been great.
Oh my God. Why?
Fortunately.
Mm-hmm. I'm just curious now. I really am. Let's see. Main event ended shit. Main event ended shit. Is that really considered the AEW main event? No, I'll skip it. Ended shit. Ended shit. Okay, so it's been shit since when Moxley beat Braun and choked him out with the bag and they killed him in October. And everybody kind of questioned it. And ever since then, Moxley and Orange Cassidy, Moxley in the 4-way. Wrestle Dynasty technically was the AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, and CMLL. Oh, he's at work. Yeah. CMLL, and the main event of that was Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet. And then Moxley Cole Christian match, which I'm still mad over. And then I think they're going to redeem themselves when Moxley fights Swerve.
Well, Ryan, did they?
Anybody ever called Cody Rhodes cancer to AEW clearly have not watched the Young Bucks.
Why? Why do we need the Young Bucks here? Why?
I'm a man that remembers a lot of shit about wrestling. And I remember the last time they were on TV, they're shredding documents and running away from this group.
What the fuck is going on here?
They come out of retirement, or they come out because they got no dates left to pull back the curtain. So they do all this shit and they leave because like their contracts as EVPs means they got fuck all dates. So you're running this company, you don't believe it enough to work every week. They go to New Japan, win belts to lose belts, to come back to this main event, and everybody's now going to wait to Wednesday. I mean, okay, I get the idea of now you got to wait to Wednesday to see what the Young Bucks are going to say. Probably going to be nothing. If anybody's going to save AEW, it's going to be the Young Bucks. It's not going to be Swerve Strickland. Go the fuck.
Be elite, yo. Because we need to stretch it for at least one more show.
Again, even with the nonsense with the Death Riders and the Ops coming out, which was cool. Let's go. Everybody was taken care of. Holy shit, Swerve might actually never. The lights went out. Who the fuck is? Why? And that's all I said. Why?
It left such a bad taste in my mouth. And they were doing decent stuff. I mean, it wasn't a bad match up to that point.
Everybody that's shitting on the long-term storytelling about this. Oh, shit. AEW never does long-term storytelling. AEW does long-term storytelling all the time. This is bullshit.
This is literally them stretching the feud because their star is in the middle of going up a fucking mountain.
If they're stretching all of this so that fucking emo jack-off can come back and beat Moxley with that belt, I'm done. I'm done.
Well,
I'm done.
Get ready to be done then.
He better slip on that mountain.
I hope you slip on that mountain.
I hope you slip on that Lego mountain.
I hope you slip on that dead body on the mountain.
Fuck's sakes. Abe Simpson riding down the corpse. Why is there bite marks here out of his arm? Oh.
I needed to run it like a skateboard, man.
Overall, I enjoyed it. Again, mindset of AEW pay-per-views being fucking long and forever. They have a 4-hour Dynamite Collision coming up. So, like, it's just how you're watching your product. Now, if you're watching this wrestling, there's a lot of wrestling to watch in every aspect and every fed, which is cool. Pay-per-view was great. Ending was just, please stop. Yeah. Please. Just please.
Let's actually do some things.
Burke Kreischer, should I join WWE? I had to get this out before you give your thing on Dynamite. Burke Kreischer, should I join WWE? All ego, Ethan Page. No, we drug test.
Wow. Well done. One thing we have to talk about regarding to this show.
Okay. Who the fuck is that?
That is Sleazy at the top.
Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Followed by some asshole with 1 point behind.
Fucking. You know the worst part about that is? Click on mine for a second. Scroll down to the main event. Outside of the International Championship, 8 points. You had 11 or 14. Click on mine.
Yeah. Strictly.
Nailed the match. Nailed the near falls.
Mm-hmm.
Nailed it. Yeah. 1 point.
If only you should have saw what was on the wall. That the Young Bucks are gonna fuck ya.
Oh, I could punch you in the dick. Oh, fuck's sake. What a great. Another reason to hate the fucking Young Bucks.
Right? Cool little stat about this, and I shared this in the chat, but this is now forgive me if Al's gone to a show and won it, because I don't know for sure. No. But I don't believe anybody else has done this. I am the
Julia's back.
What's that?
Julia.
Oh, cool.
She just got taken off TV and lost the belt. Why did you take the belt off her?
I don't know.
Like, they took the belt off her to put it on fucking Stephanie back here to have her vacate the other title. Now Julia's back. Like, couldn't you have just waited 3 weeks? Couldn't you not have a wrestle? Couldn't you have a tournament to build up? Why'd you have to take the belt out of somebody to put it on somebody else? Like, I don't know.
Good question. Don't know. In terms of scorecards, since we started this, I am the only person to have won a scorecard while I've been physically at the show. And I'm I'm definitely the only person who's done it twice.
That is a cool little stat. I do love that.
Yeah. So I know you love your stats. Normally we would do news and rumors, and it's fine, whatever. I figure that we can kind of do a little bit of Reddit stuff because obviously,
And that's exactly what I got. SC jerk up now, and like I said, and that's where the fucking thing for work crash came. Because I got SC jerk up now, just looking, just going, wondering what we're gonna shoot the shit chat about. I know one thing though. Are you available next Thursday, the 17th, the weekend before WrestleMania?
Potentially, I'm not 100% sure. I definitely know I'm going to be available the following week.
So either we do it then or we do it the following week. Of
the double.
Oh no, we can't do it the following week. Following week, I'm getting married.
Oh,
I'll be playing poker. Yeah, thank you. I'll be playing poker in a hotel room. No, because that's the Double Jeopardy episode. 50 Mania questions.
That's going to be a nightmare, and I can't wait to lose.
It's that, or I see if Callis can give it to us early, and we do it this Thursday.
Can I do it this Thursday?
Oh. We know Callis. He's a close personal friend of the show. We can pull some strings.
Personal friend of the show, Mr. Kevin J. Callis.
Affirmative. Wrestle Trivia, like and subscribe that shit.
Yes.
But yeah, no, listen. That's an after show question as we scroll through Reddit. You ponder, because in 2 days, still be fun if we can get it.
Yeah, if we can do it, we can do it. I do know this, and this is going to be an interesting run, because if I can pull this off, this will be fucking amazing. Next week, Dietz and I are going to Jimmy's Seafood for trivia night. I am going to try to live stream.
Ooh.
If we can do it. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to work. I have the mics.
Does that mean like I could be part of the team?
Indirectly, yes.
Oh, dude.
If I can make this work, yes. But
we had to bring in this Canadian.
Yeah, we had to fucking work the Canadian in.
Just don't even say. Just say he just like a shock to our wedding time's coming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just shock Callis because Callis knows. Happy that he beat me because he knows I'm knowledgeable, fucker.
But yeah, we're gonna try it. I cannot guarantee how it's gonna work. I cannot guarantee if we'll be able to do it. If we can't, I'll just make a post on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, saying no show this week. But if I can make it happen, that's what's gonna happen next week.
Rusev is back
on Rusev Day of all days.
I can't believe it was so good.
Right? I'm excited. I hope Lana comes with him. CJ's
no report to her yet.
Yeah, no, none yet. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Too much money showing off her titties. Would you go back?
Fair. I mean, you're not wrong.
Okada and the Young Bucks instantly reunited and took a selfie backstage at Dynamite. It's Okada and the Boys is just as welcome back.
Do I feel old?
Absolutely.
Kelly Kelly has reportedly signed a WWE Legends contract. God damn it, man.
Pal.
What
Wow. Share screen.
Okay, I'm in.
You can gladly read this caption out loud.
Do I want to?
What is the YouTube caption?
Will Daddy Ass ever scissor again after he was abducted?
That's that penetration face. That's what that was.
I remember
somebody did not spit before they went in.
It kind of reminds me of Michael Cole and Heidenreich.
It gave that vibes, except a lot darker.
Tony Hinchcliffe was on Raw. I didn't watch Raw this week, obviously.
Fuck. Oh my God. Michael Cole was stiffer than Big E's neckline. It killed me. Because I understand that Tony Hinchcliffe is. And people with their uproar about this shit, they were like, what the fuck, man? That was kind of brutal. What?
That's him, though, right? I take that back. I did watch a little bit of Raw at like 10:30 because I needed to see Paul Heyman come out, I guess. I didn't even know that was going to be the main.
If I didn't believe Seth Rollins was turning, Heyman and Seth were going to end up at the end of Mania before then. I did now.
You think so now?
Yeah, also, it's been reported by Wrestling Observer newsletter that Adam Cole was not able to... Wait.
Whoa.
Let me finish. That Adam Cole was not able to stand up with his title after he won it because he realized it weighed more than he did.
Okay, I respect it.
That's why I was like, no, don't worry. It was no according to. It was on SC Jerk, and it was fucking gold.
It is absolutely I would dare say it's more like silver because he can't pick up gold.
No expedition.
Oh, you love stats?
I do.
Ready?
Yeah.
Naomi and Jade
Cargill. I know this. You say it out loud, but I've read this, yeah.
Oh, did you? So currently, it's been 20 years since a non-title women's match has happened on WrestleMania. And there's another piece of this that I'm not sure came out. It's the first one ever.
No stipulation.
With no stipulation.
No nothing.
That is crazy. Uh-huh. Because there's been a lot of women's title matches at WrestleManias, dark matches and stuff
like that. Women's title match considers the part of the stipulation aspect of this.
Right. That's craziness. I love it. What are your thoughts on so obviously we had the whole Swerve Adam Page moment earlier on in the match.
I burned your house down. You deserved it. I
know.
What did you say? I said, I know. You killed my parents.
I do like the fact that they kind of
long-term storytelling that they actually do that they don't get enough credit for, to be quite honest.
Yeah, because that's the kind of stuff that really does stick. And then you have Jon Moxley. No, nothing. Let's see here. Orange Cassidy's injury.
Is it work?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Because I was thinking about injuries and I thought Orange Cassidy first, but yes, we need to talk about Kevin Owens. I don't think it's work. I really don't think it's work.
Did you hear who the replacement opponent is?
No.
Aleister Black.
Has that been confirmed? Or is that
that's the rumor of the again, the Cody coming back, man. It was Shane McMahon for the longest time. People didn't believe it, but then they did believe it that it was going to be Shane as Cody, me being one of them. You know what I mean?
Like I literally said, I will not believe it until I hear Kingdom. And then I heard Kingdom. So
wrestling has more than one royal fuckers.
And then Mr. Pyro Hog himself, Cody Rhodes. No, I'll believe it when I see it, but I'm excited.
SC Jerk, how many ECW guys does Paul still owe favors as well? How many people can get in that main event match?
That could be a 30-man battle royal by the end of the night.
Over budget, nobody's getting paid. Oh my God. $11.99, please. Wrestling Observer newsletter. This match would have been 5 stars if Logan Paul was allowed in the Tokyo Dome. AJ and Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
I respect that.
Fuck.
That is definitely Reddit quote of the week. 100% Reddit quote of the week. I may have that tattooed on my somewhere. But Ryan, go ahead and put yourself over, I guess.
Ryan Buck got shredded.
If you can.
Twitter, Instagram. But yeah, no, 5 stars to Tokyo Dome for Logan Paul. Fuck gold.
Fucking gold. I'm at TWS Sleazy. You can find all of her stuff at SleazyFatman on Threads, TikTok, Blue Sky, all that shit. You can find obviously this show at youtube.com/SleazyFatman, twitch.tv/SleazyFatman, that premium content on OnlyFans.com. I don't know why I put that over because there's nothing on it yet. There hasn't been. There's like we've had.
I got some shit on my phone on this internet.
Hey, I'll just give you the login details. Bug it.
Yes, sir.
If we can get full on page, then we're in. So thanks to Ryan for coming on the show, and as always for Sleazy.
For Canadian Fatman.
This is a wrestling show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
A hot dog is a sandwich. Fuck it.
I'm the truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun.